Samsung unveiled its new flagship phones for this year, the Galaxy S23 series, on Wednesday in San Francisco. Our business correspondent Kim Yeon-seung is in the studio to unpack the latest features. Welcome, Yeon-seung.
Happy to be here, Jung-min.
So you went out there today, the Samsung store in Seoul, from early morning to check out the new series. How was it? Tell us.
Well, the most visible feature that I noticed was the upgrade in the rear side design. The back of the phone has a sleeker finish compared to its predecessor because with the S23, Samsung has opted for a more simplistic design for the backside cameras and has gotten rid of the contour cut. In terms of specs, the S23 series overall has a more powerful processor, a longer battery life, and a better front camera for selfies. But perhaps the biggest boost in features comes with the S23 Ultra, the most advanced and expensive model out of the trio. It packs in a 200-megapixel camera, a camera quality that's absolutely unparalleled in the current smartphone market. And before I go on in excitement, first take a look. Samsung has just unveiled its first flagship phones for 2023, the Galaxy S23 series. It's a trio, the S23, the S23 Plus, and the S23 Ultra, which come packed with better camera features and gaming capabilities. The front camera has been upgraded from 10 megapixels to 12 megapixels. Battery capacity also gets a boost. And the S23 series comes equipped with a powerful processor, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which provides more horsepower for graphic gaming, and cognitive ISP, which optimizes camera shots through AI technology.
It's a big enhancement on the processor speed and the GPU. So the processor speed gets a 30% jump, and the GPU also gets a 40% bump.
Perhaps one of the most impressive features are the S23 Ultra's 200-megapixel cameras. They have almost double the megapixels of last year's model and produces a crisp image even when zoomed in. They also promise a more detailed and clearer nighttime photography. The Astro Hyperlapse function on the S23 Ultra allows users to take time-lapse photographs of stars without the need for special gadgets. The S23 series is also the first on the market to use Gorilla Glass Victus 2, making them more durable against drops and everyday wear and tear. However, the S23 might not get as much fanfare as previous releases because it's tough times for the economy. With the economy stumbling, many consumers have lost their appetite for new smartphones and semiconductor goods. Global smartphone shipments dipped almost 1/5 on-year in the last quarter of 2022. Also, Samsung earlier this week reported an earnings shock, an on-year plunge of 97% in operating profit from its semiconductor division in the last quarter of last year. The slowing demand may also have to do with consumers becoming more and more hardened to innovation.
Many consumers don't notice the newly added changes as much as they used to, so they're not as excited and eager to change to a newer model when it comes out.
Facing these challenges, the S23 series will hit shelves worldwide on February 17th, with pre-orders starting on the 7th in South Korea. The new series is riding on high hopes to once again drive up Samsung's falling revenue. I also wanted to mention that the S23 gives a nod to the environmentally conscious movement, and it uses a wider range of recycled materials compared to its previous generation phones.
All right, and Yeon-seung, just tell us, where does S23 stand in the global, just smartphone market?
Well, the Galaxy S23 Ultra seems like it's going to go head-to-head with the Apple's iPhone 14 Pro Max. There are some loyal Apple users who stay unmoved by any other competitors' innovations, but looking at the camera specs alone, the Ultra's 200-megapixel camera really towers over the 14 Pro Max's 48-megapixel camera. And other than the Ultra, the S23 Plus may find itself competing with the Google Pixel 7, which comes at a lower price point compared to the other Galaxy phones. Also, more smartphone models equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor are going to come out from Chinese manufacturers Oppo and Xiaomi. So they may rise as potential rivals against the S23 series.
And perhaps the launch of S23 doesn't have the most ideal timing.
You're absolutely right. The new Galaxy series is coming at a tough economic time. They're going to have to appease to consumers who are becoming harder and harder to impress, and they're also competing against some up-and-coming rivals. So industry watchers are keen to see if the latest innovations will be enough to revive Samsung sales in 2023.
All right, Yeon-seung, thank you for your report today.
Thank you.